What's going on, everybody? King Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Series 39 Sting. Now yes, here we have Sting in his first Elite release. I say Elite because he has had a Defining Moments figure, and now he has his very own Elite Collection figure. So if you haven't seen that review, go ahead and check that out. But here we have the Stinger out in his box. You can see he does include the trench coat and baseball bat. On the side we have this really nice image of Sting. Same image on this side. He is with the Raw brand. Turning it around, no real read-up on Sting, just a little bio here. It says Sting, height 6'2", weight 250, debuted in 2014, signature moves, Scorpion Deathlock, Stinger Splash, and Scorpion Death Drop from Venice Beach, California. This is his ring attire from January 2015. Career highlights: WCW World Champion, United States Champion, WCW Tag Team Champion, and WCW Television Champion. Other figures in this line include Dolph Ziggler, Damien Mizdow, The Godfather, British Bulldog, and Psycho Sid. So really excited I found Sting. What I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him open up, and then we'll go into the rest of his review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have Sting posing out of the packaging. Let's get a good 360 of him. Gotta say this, really liking this figure. Not so much his coat. The coat I think could have been soft goods, because as it stands it's a really dense rubber. This really thick rubber coat that Mattel loves giving us. It does have quite a bit of details, although, like I said, I'm not a fan of it. But that is one of his accessories. He does come with this baseball bat, which if you saw my Defining Moments Sting, you'll realize that this is the exact same baseball bat that the Defining Moments Sting came with. Of course, Sting comes with a baseball bat. It is his gimmick. Really nice detail. It doesn't have that divot that the Defining Moments one had, so actually, looking at it now, yeah, it kind of still does have that divot, so that is interesting to note. But yeah, he does come with a baseball bat, and he does come with his coat, which, as you can see, it is made of this rubbery material. It's really thick at the top, but not so much at the bottom. Like I said, it does have quite a bit of detail on it. You can see all this is sculpted detail. Even the buttons are sculpted on. The shoulder pads are nicely sculpted, and then the parts for his elbow could have been painted better though. But then again, it is really hard to paint over black because the black will bleed through. Like, it's either going to be really thick or it's going to be really thin, because black is a really difficult color to paint over. Let's see if I can do this on camera, but you can take his jacket off the same way you do it with every other figure, which is just peel it back. I said, just really thick, and not a fan of this design, so moving that off to the side. We do have Stinger with his red shirt. Not really a fan of the red shirt. I was really hoping that we would get a Sting with either his singlet or the black and white shirt, but there's no detail on the back, although there is some paint rub from the jacket, so be aware of that. Let's actually go into some of Sting's details right now. Moving the camera up so we can get a look at that face sculpt. It is a really decent Sting head sculpt. From this side it looks pretty good. From the front I think it's just a little too chunky. You can see his hair is nice and slicked back. Something I'm not a fan of is the way they did his face paint. Essentially, we have a white head that has flesh tones painted as well as the hair painted. So the actual base to his head is white. So that's why you'll see some of the paintwork on his hair is wrong, why his ears are like really glossy and lacking some definition. I said that Scorpion shirt, which I'm not really a fan of. I can see they did paint the red on his arm, which that's already scraping off. You can see right there. the Scorpion gloves that he wears, because they can't have him with the mechanics anymore because he has to be owned by WWE now. It does say Sting at the top. And we do get the Scorpion, which I don't know if this is actually right, the Scorpion being this low. It might be, I don't remember this night in particular, but most of the time the Scorpion is higher. You can't see it all at once. So I don't know. And then we do get his boots once again. The only other time I've seen these boots were used on the Defining Moment Sting, so really glad that Sting is getting his own parts and he's not just being reused and retooled for like, oh look, Sting boots, let's just throw them on everybody else. But anyway, really nice details. Let's go on to his articulation. He does have the standard elite articulation. He has a bulge in his head. He can look up, down, left and right, as well as tilt his head side to side, so we do get pretty decent range of movement in his head. Arms on a bulge and go out. Really stiff on mine. Do a full 360. He spins at the bicep. Same for both arms. Single jointed in the arm. Or single jointed in the elbow. Spins and bends at the wrist. Although there's some white paint on the inside of his hand. I didn't notice that at first. He has an ab crunch, which doesn't work too far going forward or back. But then again, this Sting really just came out, pointed at his bat, and didn't do much. Waist swivel, which is kind of loose on mine. Let us go forward, back, and out. He has a thigh swivel. Double jointed in the knee. He swivels at the boot. Has an ankle hinge, which works pretty well. I thought that it wasn't going to work too well, but it does, as well as has slight ankle rockers. Nothing too big, but he does have some slight rocker ankles, so that's a good thing. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him posing for my final thoughts, then we'll wrap up this review, so sit tight everyone. So here we have Sting posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do like this figure. The only thing I don't really like about him, well, there's a couple of things I don't like about him. One, this really thick, bulky, rubbery trench coat. I think Mattel should really look into giving Sting soft goods because that actually works. And yeah, I would have taken a little more for the details, but I think it would have been so worth it if they had done it right. And then my other gripe with it is the shirt. Like I said, maybe a black and white shirt would have been better. I get that this is from a specific Raw. I believe it was his first Raw appearance. I could be mistaken, but I don't know what the obsession is throwing red with Sting. WCW did it. He did it in TNA. Sting looks good with black and white, so I think those are the colors that he needs to stick with. Then again, I'm really huge on the Crow Sting, so that's pretty much what I grew up with, Sting in, black and white, so the red kind of throws me off a little. But anyway, I found this Sting at Walmart, and he was a pain to find, especially because at the time I found him, he announced his retirement, and trying to find him was that much harder. Really lucky I was able to track one down. If you're fortunate enough to find one, pick him up, especially if you're a Stinger fan like I am. He'll look good in your display. This isn't the Sting that I would display wrestling per se, but he will look good being an ominous force in your collection. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. This is King Dragons 5000 saying don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, like this video, like all my other videos. Tell me what you think of the Sting figure. And as always, let me know if there's a figure you guys want me to review. If I can get around to it, I probably will review it and put it up on my channel. But until next time, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000 saying don't forget to like this video once again. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone. My